Hello there, I'm in North Yorkshire today. I'm with Spud and Dave, and we've got Civil Trespass, the photographer, with us. We're going to go look at some railway tunnels on the Whitby to Redcar railway. Let's go. Right, so what's happened is we were driving up to Whitby and the weather was getting worse and worse, to the point where they haven't gritted this road, and if the road freezes, Paul needs to be at work at 4 o'clock and is an essential worker, so we've abandoned going up there. We're just heading south again now. We might go look at some pillboxes or something in the Scarborough area. But yeah, Whitby to Redcar's out for today just because of the weather. I mean, I don't mind the wet and the cold and the rain and all that, doesn't bother me, but the camera doesn't like it. I can't fly the drone. I've got a new drone that I want to use and can't use that. So yeah, we're just taking some pictures of this, and we're going to head south, get out of this bad weather.
When coins were gold, people used to shave a little big piece off and save it, and that was found on a wreck full of shavings. He never opened it because that was his retirement fund, but sadly he died, did Andy. So and that's why they started putting serrated edges on coins, so that you could tell at a glance if people had shaved a little bit off.
Ah. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's interesting, right, isn't it?
Could you take us round, Dave?
Yeah. So this is the doorway, this is where we come in, or go out of. Just coming round these various ship's wheels, and there's little portholes. Yeah. There's all sorts of things. That's ship's log. What you would do is they didn't have speedos on ships, so they used to throw that over the side and used to spin. And you can see here, it tell you how far it had gone. And at the top of it would be a little speedo, and it tell you how many knots you were doing, how fast you were doing. So first port of call and the main place in any facility is the bar. So we can partake of light refreshments, and yeah, but coming round we've got this on the bar, this radio out of a German submarine.
That's one for Marcus to look at, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster is not part of the radio set, but yeah, it's in fathoms. Fathoms. So that's to do with depth, isn't it? Fathoms, is that right?
Yeah, well, fathoms is to do with depths, but obviously it's got no bearing on. With it being a submarine, I'm guessing they could only use it at periscope depth, because you stick the aerial up.
Yeah, you need to be. Yeah, you need to be. Yeah, you trail a wire.
Can't use it underneath, under water.
No.
So yeah, just various photographs from outings and adventures that the club's been on over the years.
Is there any old ones of you?
I'm on some of them somewhere. Yeah. The
Dave with hair. That's quite funny.
Yeah. The hard hat was off of a ship called the Disperser, and Andy, the guy in the photograph, he found this helmet, and this is the photograph of the diver who was actually using that helmet back in the day. The ship sank with all the gear on board, and that helmet was subsequently salvaged from there. They did trace his son, and he used his helmet to do what they call an open hat dive in the harbour here, and his son came along to see his dad's old helmet being used again.
Wow,
in the harbour. That's a very old set of 3 cylinders.
They're like off the 70s war Bond movies.
Yeah, heavy as out.
Yeah, they're steel bottles.
Really heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. really old set cylinders. So, yeah, more bells.
Ding ding.
I think all told, I think we've got about 52 bells. I'd have to count them again, but
So that's 52 wrecked ships that are at the bottom of the sea.
well, more often than not, you see, when you dive in a wreck, it's only been located with sonar, and if there's various wrecks in the vicinity, when you're on a sinking ship, you don't start plotting where you are. You abandon ship, and it's the best guess of where you were from the last logged position. So you've only approximation of where the ship is. So many a time we've been diving wrecks that have thought to have been a certain ship, and it's not until the bell is found or the maker's plate that actually will identify the wreck. So many years you've been diving a wreck that you might have thought was the Eastern Bell, and all of a sudden it's, you know, the somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then, so what we can do then, we can notify the receiver of wrecks, which is Lloyd's of London.
Yeah.
Obviously you notify them because you're retrieving artefacts from what is their property, because they're the insurers, the underwriters. And then they inform the Admiralty, and they update the charts. So the position can be logged and named more accurately.
Nice. Yeah, we're here with Paul today, the photographer, and Spud in the background. We were meant to be doing some railway tunnels today, but it's snowing, which the gimbal don't like. We don't mind the snow and that, but the gimbal don't like it. It looks terrible on film. We couldn't use the drone, and the road was actually freezing up because they haven't gritted it, and Paul needs to be at work at 4, so we kind of binned that off. But we've come here because it's inside.
Yeah. So this is the other half of what would actually tell you the speed of the ship.
So this was like a drogue system, was it? This would be on the
ship's rail.
on the ship,
and then the fish that you throw over the side's attached to that in a long line, and that would spin and it rotate the line, and it would log your distance and speed.
That's the ship's log, which is measured in knots.
No, yeah, knots with a K.
Yeah, knots with a K. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a picture of the musket.
Yeah, I can't remember what ship's that's from.
Don't know myself.
It's a musket there from days of old.
Yeah, it's really old, that, isn't it? Bang into that. Whatever that is. It's like a topper off a winch or something.
Yeah.
So when Dave's not been exploring, Dave is actually exploring the seabed. He's a bit like SpongeBob SquarePants, but without the SquarePants.
Yeah.
And he's not as yellow.
This is the compressor off of a dive ship. The old Ardat diving, there were 2 people, one at end of here winding a handle, winding it, and this is the crankshaft. There will be connection rods, and there's the cylinders where the pistons will be going up and down, pumping air down to the diver.
We'll have to come through when it's open again and
Yeah.
have a beer one night.
Definitely, we like beer.
Yeah.
And there's all the valve gear for the associated pump.
No, this valve gear on the floor, that's off of a boiler, is that?
Is it?
Yeah.
I know, it's
Nice.
so regular. We pulled the set of boiler taps out from under a wreck that we've dived loads of times, but it washed out sand at, and it never, never been seen before underneath. And little rat there pulled a set of
This is
taps out.
Yeah. This is a compass binnacle off of a ship. You would look in there, and there's a prism in there. So you'd look into the prism, and above it you would see your compass. And it's got these iron balls at the side here, because obviously magnetic compasses are affected by the metalwork of the ship.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So
Quite
they have
badly.
these iron balls at the end here to counteract the magnetic sway from the vessel itself. And these are adjustable, so they can tune the compass, so you get a proper reading.
Cool. Let's do that prism there.
Yeah. And this is just a normal deck mounted compass.
Yeah, these have a funny name, don't they, these deck mounted compasses?
Binnacle.
Binnacle. Yeah, if it's binnacle, leave a comment below. I'm sure these were called something else on Navy warships. They called them something else, I can't remember what. These compasses, and they used to have a thing on top and you could get a proper accurate bearing off it because you're looking down onto the...
Here's another one.
Brought out in front of Colin Tower.
This one with the compass intact.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's on its gimbal,
Yeah.
so it can rotate in any direction in all seas, and the compass remains
As level as can be.
as level as can be. That's a gimbal for a lamp.
Yeah.
You would have an oil lamp sat in there, and then as the sea's rolling, the oil lamp would sing. And the same with this candle here.
They're like gravity gimbals,
Yeah.
rather than the servo-assisted one on this
As the
camera.
ship's rolling, the candle's going to stay upright
upright.
and not dribble wax everywhere.
Yeah, not like us.
No.
Northeastern Marine Engineering Company.
It was crackling right
Cool.
away.
Yeah.
What else we got, Dave?
Marbles.
Ding ding.
There's a submarine periscope there in the corner.
Wow.
That goes up. That
You actually fitted it into the building.
yeah. That actually goes up into ladies' toilets.
Does it?
Yeah.
They sew it out with an axe-saw, that. Took
Yeah.
ships to sew it out from what I was looking
Yeah, with a hacksaw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all damaged, isn't it, from battle?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did the submarine have battle damage on it then?
Don't know what sub it
We
came
don't
off.
know what sub it came off.
Okay.
But there's loads of sub stuff here.
Polinski's. That's off Spain.
This is Pilsudski.
Pilsudski, that's it. Sorry. Apologies.
Saying it down that way.
It's a Polish liner,
Sorry, the
and it was
lights.
the Polish fleet of the equivalent of the Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, their
That's-
flagship of the Polish, whatever.
And that's just off Spain Point.
Yep,
14,294 tons. That's a big ship, that.
it's a big ship.
Yeah. Nice.
Got a good book to read.
Pilsudski.
This Dive Yorkshire book that tells you all about alwrecks off here. Well, all the way down coast.
I'll put a link in for it. Be a link in the description, folks. Cool.
Yeah, they're getting hard to get hold of books, I like.
Yeah, they are.
Have you got a copy of it?
I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a copy of it. Yeah.
Well, there's ship's portal behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's portholes all over the place.
Nice. The guns that have been salvaged over the years.
That right there, that little picture, that's off Ravensthorpe.
This one?
Yeah. Just below Ravenhall, you know where we're at when we went to that RAF station up there?
Yeah, it looks very recently sunk. That still got kit on them.
It's an old photo.
Yeah, 1965.
No, that was a diesel ship. She sank in 2 months after I was born, 1965. That one ran aground. Me and Dave's diving. I stuffed Dave in forward hold and that. Decks had collapsed.
Yeah.
We got out down under decks. There's only little gaps on there. We wriggled
Yeah.
through and. There was like ladders running into forward hold, so I thought I'll send Dave in there in case there's out nasty in there. So he went in there and I shot light on hold so he could find his way back out. There was now in there, you had to dig
full of
about.
silt. I had to dig about it, silt at bottom. But you see, once you start digging about it, silt, it all stirs up. You lose all your visibility. So you got to be where the surroundings, you know.
Always.
Yeah, we went down to the bottom of it. We thought we'd find an hole to get out. We got to the bottom of it all. We couldn't get through, so we had to work our way back up through
Yeah,
the
we had,
thing.
yeah. We couldn't get through it all, could we?
No.
It looked bigger from outside.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I didn't measure Dave though. I thought his circumference wouldn't go through it all with his tanks on.
Yeah.
So just behind me here. Where were we?
It's
Gimbal.
the top one there. No, the one above it.
Oh, I was just going to talk about this as HMS Vortigern. Sunk by a German E-boat. E-boats were a little, they were like a speedboat. They were operating them out of France, and they had 2 torpedoes on them. They were very successful craft. The French Navy carried on using German E-boats up until the 1950s. So what were you showing me, Spud?
That was on, when I was on about Fred Everett, and that's the one that was telling me about me and David when we were in for Over the Old on it.
Yeah, Fred Everett. Yeah, wow. So is that still there, but very rotten and broken to bits now?
The bow section's there, it's just under the water, but the rest of it's collapsed and flat.
Yeah.
But you don't often get very... There's a trawler stuck under it as well, there's a steam trawler under it.
Yeah.
He knows that from there.
Where it sunk there and then that's drifted over top and sunk on top of it. You get it quite regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had
There's just off
Malvina.
Flamborough Head, there's a ship called the Malvina.
I've heard that one.
And the guys from this club were diving it for long enough, and something didn't add up. Big parts of the wreck didn't look right,
Aye.
and they found till they found that's what the radio's from, isn't it? The sub
I'm not sure, it might be.
underneath the Malvina's a German sub.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But on the records, this sub sank the Malvina. Early on the day that the submarine was sunk, but the submarine was supposed to be sunk off Avonwyke.
Yes.
And it's turned up down there. So shows you how far out the records are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sort of drifting off course. The last thing you're going to do is do a proper fix when you're sinking. You're just going to get out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, does it? You're sinking no matter what. Don't matter where you sunk. You sunk.
It's sunk.
You know.
Because the thing, there's all sorts of theories. One of the ones that is maybe they were depth charged off Avonwyke and they've dumped gear overboard to look like they've sunk, but they've drifted back under, underwater, damaged.
Yeah,
And
tried to get away.
collided with it eventually.
Sad times.
Can't remember the name. Is it UB-71 or something?
Could be the 71, yeah. Because did you see when you were asking about the UC-75?
5, yes.
And when I was looking on the information stuff, there is the U, because you asked UB by mistake, didn't you?
Yes.
There is the UB supposed to be off Flamborough Head in 2 halves in about 70, in about 47 metres
The
of water.
UB-75, we want to do that this year because that's fairly intact.
Yeah.
It's a little bit deeper. That's the one that was sank by HMS Fairy.
Yeah, Ferry rammed it.
Rammed it, yeah.
Whoa.
It popped up it got hit by, it clipped its conning tower on a cargo vessel, popped up in the middle of a convoy. And,
Don't.
straight in front of HMS Fairy, so they rammed it to sink it. But then Fairy sunk as well. She's
Out open.
sunk themselves,
Sunk
didn't they?
itself, yeah. About a mile away from where the sub
Yeah.
sank, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of history on the coast.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, a lot of history.
I take your word for it.
Tell you plenty of bollocks about it.
So we've got a copper ignet down here. And there's loads of them.
Oh, wow.
What's that? It's about 2 inches, 3 inches thick.
An 18-inch square.
Wow. There's a ship full of them.
There's less, they've cleaned out the smaller ones.
Wow.
There's just the big stuff left. What they were doing, I think they were putting a G-clamp on them and a lifting bag to
Yeah,
pull them
you
up.
can't lift him back.
Pulling them out. I mean, they'll never get used. They're just going to rot away to nothing, aren't they? So you might as well pull one out for historical purposes.
I think there was a few more like pulled out and weighed in. There's a couple of teams that had a go at it, didn't there? Yeah. Aye.
Cool. Right, we're going to go on to the next place now. Cheerio.